Hello everyone, we're back with another coaching session today. Today we're going to be looking at some Pantheon gameplay in gold on EU West, I think? Yeah, EU West. So let's call this guy, see if we can get started. Going to be using a new format today. Going to do VOD review, then pick up things for the client to improve on, and then watch a live game, focusing on those things, and then do another VOD review. So, see how it goes.
Hello.
Hello?
Hey, nice to meet you.
You too? How you doing?
Good, yeah.
Nice.
I've played a couple games already today, so I'm switched on.
Okie doke. So, I always start by just talking about the champion that people are playing. So, Pantheon. What do you like about Pantheon? What's good about Pantheon? What's bad about Pantheon?
I like him because he's just really fun to play. But no, he's got really solid early damage. Decent. He's good team fighting. He's got really diverse builds. He's also really good at securing picks. He's like a really good generalist. Sometimes you can struggle to carry games because a lot of times you build him to take out one person, their carry or whatever, and then you just get blown up. But usually, if I personally find if at least one other person that's like decently strong on my team, the two of us can push through. But it's just really fun to play. His weakness, really, at least the weakness I'm having at the moment, is just into tanks that just build so much like armor and health that you just really struggle to get through it if you don't get like super fed. But also if he gets behind, he can become, and especially if you go for like a greedy build, he can become really quite not necessarily useless, but he's fun to play. Let's call it that.
Okay. Yeah, I think what you said about like if one other person on your team is doing well, it makes it a lot easier is a really good point, because Pantheon's a really good setup champ. Yeah. A lot of the time, like when you see Pantheon in pro play, it's going to be like Pantheon Talia, or these things where the Pantheon point and click stun sets up for the other carry.
Yeah.
So yeah, he definitely likes working with his team.
Yeah, like an ideal situation for Pantheon is like a 2v2 where Pantheon jumps on someone, either half health them or like basically one shots them, and then your teammate can help you take out the next person together. That's the ideal situation. That's probably like his best, the best place for him to be in. Which is a shame. The meta at the moment is a bit bottom favoured, so you don't really get to do that much.
Yeah, it's definitely not focused towards top lane, but
yeah,
that just means we have to change how we play so we can look into it. So it looks like you're going Eclipse Cleaver pretty much every game, which I think is
just the most solid, most consistent. Yeah.
Yep. And then runes, a lot of resolve. I think resolve is fine. I think sometimes if you really want to win lane, you could go like sorcery with Nimbus Scorch, or if you're struggling with mana, you could go Mana Flow Scorch.
Yeah.
But I think resolve is fine. It scales better.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hop into this replay that you've sent me. I do this. You should be able to see.
Yep, I've got it. Cool. So this game is, I think I do alright early, but then the problem becomes basically the Sion just like eats up so much farm, and just becomes like non-stoppable. Oh yeah, that's always no flash there. Yeah.
That's not really your fault. Someone's
Katarina is kind of stunned on the tower. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate. Okay, so what's the big advantage that Pantheon has in the Sion lane?
So for the most part, your like harass is a lot better. So if just trying to think. So his Q, like when he stands to do the Q, he stood there for ages. So if you just hold on to an empowered Q, you can usually try and dodge it, and then just hit that with a Q if you're on. This is unfortunate.
Yeah, Sion's going to do this a lot.
Yeah.
He's either going to start W and walk up, or if you don't see him, he's probably in the bush starting Q.
Yeah, I was. My thought process was that he was going to actually come from below, because he probably invaded the red and tried to unleash for his jungler. But luckily in this lane, I decided to go corrupting pots. which, especially if you're trying to whittle down Sion, is quite good for the mana and health.
Yeah, Corrupting Pot's fine. I think you can just go Longsword refill as well to get
Mm.
items faster. So there's an example of what I wanted to talk about with Sion Q.
Yeah.
So like right here, if Sion ever walks up and tries to Q you, you can just W him now. And
Yeah.
he can't stop that. You just
Yeah,
W him,
yeah.
you auto Q, and you just walk away. And you can do that every time. If he tries to just like Q you like raw with no setup, like he doesn't E you or anything. Well, even if he E's you, you can just W him. And we're getting pretty good trades. Your health was, I mean, if we think about how the trades actually went, you were like half health before the lane even started. So if the invade didn't happen and if you didn't walk into that first queue, you would be nearly full health and you would be nearly dead. So the trades aren't that bad. And it looks like, I mean, do you have a plan for what you're going to do with the wave at this point?
So I think I was going to slow push this, because I think the other wave's going to come in time for it, so it won't quite get under tower. And then either ward or base, or it depends. Like, we've got vision on Viego there. I think, because it's been a couple of days since I played this, I think I saw that at the time.
Okay.
So it's like Viego's at top, and I can maybe try and harass him with Qs as he tries to farm.
Yeah, base looks really good. You have Corrupting, so it's going to refill that. You can come back to item advantage. You can have Wave in a really good spot, which when you're playing Ignite, like getting good resets is really important because you can't base TP. So there'd be a good reset here once this wave crashes.
Yeah, I can't remember what I do though.
We'll see.
Yeah. I think a lot of the time one problem with the Q thing is, so when Sion Qs is I'm quite greedy with my W. Like I always want to have like 5 stacks before I use it because otherwise it's like wasted value. If that makes sense. Like I probably could W onto him there, but I don't have my stacks up, so I decided not to for some reason.
Yeah. So what I think you should have done here is the plan should be to crash this wave and base, right? So your health is not, he's not got enough damage to kill you, especially because you've got E now. There's no way he's going to kill you.
Yeah.
So if he tries to stop you crashing the wave, like you can just threaten to kill him. So like here, if he walks up and tries to Q, you can just W him and fight him. And then if he Qs again, you can E it. And then you just like guarantee that this wave crashes. I think he's going to let it crash anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now you would want to be base. Yeah, because now you're off tempo. So if you base now, you're going to miss creeps because you can push this wave and crash it. So now you have to stay.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I've noticed is that right now, like on this freeze frame, in a perfect world, you would have 25 CS. Now, obviously, it's not going to be a perfect world, but 10 is a lot lower than 25.
Awful, yeah.
Yeah, so you want to make sure to be getting that higher. And it looked like a lot of the time you were missing them trying to stack up your passive.
Yeah. I think as well, part of it is like normally I'll have like a D-blade or, refill longsword. Okay, yeah. So I feel like because I don't always do corrupting pot, I feel like I miss them just by like a couple health because I'm used to having just that little bit more damage.
Yeah, I think you can pretty much go longsword refill in every matchup. I think Spear Shot does that.
Yeah, I think he doesn't go like the Doran's items.
Yeah, I don't think Doran's is good
at all.
Maybe in like Olaf matchup, which is really hard, but but yeah, you're literally full mana. So I think the corrupting.
Yeah.
This would have restored to 225, and you have 387. So even without it, you would still have mana.
Yeah, I can't remember. Can you see my runes? Because I might not. Do I triumph? I mean, I'll probably queue them, and you'll see them.
Aha, here we go.
Ah, nice. Yeah. So I have triumph rather than presence of mind as well.
Okay.
But certainly, if I go presence of mind, I can definitely have it.
I would normally go presence of mind, but I love.
I normally do.
Some people really like triumph. I don't think it's bad. You just got to be more careful with your mana.
Yeah.
And you can see this is awkward now. You're going to see him, but like, you don't have to walk up to the wave. It's going to come to you, but you kind of, I don't know if you felt like this in the game, but at this point, like if you based when this wave crashed, you'd now be like here with full corrupting potion, longsword Yeah, just a longsword because
Yeah.
you missed a lot of CS. A lot of the time you'll have like 2 longswords or longsword boots. You'll be on your
Yeah.
way back to lane and the wave's coming to you, but now you're gonna feel stuck. Because you
Yeah.
can't base, but you also can't push, so you can't base. But he can also just base TP, so
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place.
Oh,
It's actually not too bad if you can get the kill. Nice, okay. Honestly, that's probably the best of the bad situation, because at least this wave's going to come to you, you're going to come back to lane, now you can get 2 longswords, I think. Oh no, you don't. Wait, oh, you got longsword boots, okay. Boots is good too.
Viego pushing this wave is the right thing to do. But I mean, Sion still TPs, which I found interesting.
Yeah, I think either Viego should push and Sion should walk, or Sion should TP.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. See where we go from here. So far the most important things seem to be keeping your CS high, which part of that, if you're not used to the item that you're starting with, that's not going to help. But also, you want to play on, you know, the concept of tempo.
Yeah. So you want,
Pantheon, like when you're playing an early game champion, you always want to be on tempo, because it just helps you. It's like creating natural advantages. You don't have to force kills to get advantages. If you're playing on tempo, you're just gonna if you imagine you'd come back with items full HP, full potion stacks, and he's like 200 health and pushing into you, he's gonna have to base TP. And then you've traded Ignite for TP, your Ignite's gonna come back up and his TP's not, and then, you know.
Yeah.
You're just creating small advantages consistently.
I think, that is something I do try and consider a lot. Like, there is, or at least I used to have I've got a holding Ignite just so I can get, because I need it for a kill. But, trading an Ignite for a TP is in my favour, because TP is a much longer cooldown.
Yeah, as long as the wave's not in a really bad spot.
Oh.
If you can... Because sometimes what will happen is, like, I'll see people fight, they'll Ignite, and like they'll both get kind of low, but the wave is frozen here, and then you have to base, he bases, he TPs into the freeze, and you're just screwed. But yeah, in general, it's a really good thing to play around.
I mean, Pantheon works very well because of his Q crit and the stun. Yep. He does play rail around. He does good at low health.
Do you keep up with the patch notes at all?
I try to.
Okay, so
I know Sion's getting nerfed next patch.
Yeah, so one thing that they changed recently is that when you're in this position now,
they go for the turret only.
Exactly. Aggro. So when these minions are hitting the turret, if Sion ever walks up to Q you, you can just W him and trade with him, and the minions will never, like, you could just, instead of trying to walk out of this Q, you could just W on him and trade with him. And that's like, every time you're playing against Sion, you want to be like, alright, when he Qs me, if you try and Q me, I'm going to W you.
Yeah.
Because it'll just cancel it, and then you'll do like autos your Q, and then what happens is it doesn't put his Q on full cooldown.
It goes for like a 2 second.
Yeah, so you'll W him, you'll do your triple auto thing, the blah blah blah, and then you can try and do 2 autos and an empowered Q, and then he's gonna have his Q back, so he's gonna try and Q you again, and that's when you'll E. And then that'll be like a very standard trade pattern for you.
Yeah, like there I should, but...
Yeah, because you're just going to W him again anyway. Although, since you dodge it, it puts it on full CD, so if you can dodge it, it's fine.
I think sometimes I do try and go for the dodge, but then, of course, there's the risk they don't, like, greed for the stun and just hit you with the damage, which isn't ideal.
So, I think in top lane in general, this is the scariest position to be in. And this is when your jungler is bot side and your wave is slow pushing. So this,
and I haven't had the chance to ward yet.
Yeah, this is. I was about to say that this is when I would ward. Like this is the wave state where I go and ward like down here or here.
Yeah.
To try and help me crash this wave.
I think in like this kind of case, I would try and get it just a little bit further and ward the river brush.
This one.
But if I do, Or, if I didn't know Viego was there, well, because obviously I didn't at the time, I would just push it a little bit more and then ward it.
Yeah,
rather than
for
going
now,
for
the only
try.
place you can die is here,
Yeah.
but next wave you're probably going to be here, so then you can die from here.
Mhm.
So I'd be thinking, okay, after this wave is dead, I want to get this sword.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing you can do, but I don't know if you want to do this as Pantheon, because you kind of want to get wave crashes so that you can look to do things, is, yeah, if you stand here and you let him Q, he's going to push it back into you.
Yeah.
And then you...
I do that a lot in the Mordekaiser matchup.
Okay. Ooh. Nice dodge.
He just gets his shield back up, which is a shame.
Yep, but this is good. You can now... Oh! I'd be looking to crash this wave and do something. Like, something on tempo. Okay, Viego's here again. I think there you could have just W'd him again, right? Like
I don't think I had vision at the
Did you not
time.
have ward in the bush?
Was it? Maybe. It's possible I put it down as soon as like the Q landed. So, yeah.
I think you were just already channeling your Q, which stopped you. But if you just, it's just like getting into the habit of having that thought process of when you Q, I'm gonna W you. Okay, really good movement so far. But the wave is kind of fucked.
Yeah, the wave is awful.
Right.
Look, I mean, he used his TP earlier, so maybe it crashes.
Yeah, Viego could hold it. Or well, Sion also gets back to lane really fast because of his death thingy. If it crashes, this is going to crash, it's fine. I think in high elo, Viego would hold this, and it's going to be awkward, but you end up being alright. And so far,
it's weird he takes the other wave when it's in a neutral state and not when it's crashing now.
Yeah.
That makes sense, so I don't know.
So far, the game's going pretty well. Your jungler's playing around bot side, you got Dragon. Their jungler's playing around top side, he's ganked you twice. And you're still ahead in top lane. So this is fine.
Yeah, so this game is kind of like typical of the problem I'm having, though. Where I do play the early well, but then I don't, snowball that into a win. Especially, I mean, my CS is still low.
Yeah.
I think probably from over-trading aggro.
What's the pickaxe for?
Into Bork. So rushing...
Rushing Bork, okay.
Yeah. Because, I mean, the build path for Bork is awful, for the most part. But if I'm playing well at the start of the game, I can then kind of use my natural lead to... what's it called? Kind of not suffer as much, I guess. And then Bork is just really good into Sion. Like, you pretty much always want it this game. I mean, just in general, I think I conk this game rather than PTA, but PTA and Bork will literally half health a lot of people with just one W. It's really strong, but it's also really greedy.
Yeah, I think
makes sense.
I think like Sion is like the only time you should be going Bork.
Yeah.
I don't know if you should be rushing it though. I would rather have we'll cover like mid game and stuff because you're level 6 now. You've got access to your ult, so we're gonna cover what I think you should be doing. But like things like Dirk and Eclipse are gonna help you.
A much stronger spikes, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Bork this game will have like, I think it's something silly like 10,000 damage plus on it.
There you go.
Yeah.
And now you Q him, and then if you tried it again, you would E, and then you would Q him again. It's just winning trades for you all around. But now we want to start to, we want to look to start... If Kha'Zix is around top, we can pull the wave, and we can set up a gank. If Kha'Zix isn't there, we want to push the wave, and we want to look to, gank mid, or invade enemy jungle. We want to look to be doing something. We're playing Pantheon. If we're playing Kayle, or... I've done a session on Kayle. And with the Kayle, I was saying just pull the wave every wave, get it sat around here, and AFK farm under turret. And we talked about how to play wave control to get it here. But with Pantheon, I think you want to be pushing. You want to be active around the map.
Yeah. The only problem with this, one problem with this game is, and it doesn't matter. It's still the right call to be playing around the map. But Cassiopeia hard counters me, in terms of with her, the miasma she puts down, and then just her ult as well. Like if she ults her, I jump at her. It's like I'm stood staring at her for a long time. And also Sion just pushes really fast, so my thought process in the back of my head is sometimes like, well, if I go for a roam now, what if it goes bad? I have to base, and Sion gets like 10 platings.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, if you look at this game from Sion, imagine you're Sion, right? If I'm Sion right now, what I'm thinking is I'm playing against Ignite Pantheon. I just want to farm and scale because I'm Sion, and if I can lock him in lane with me, then he's not winning the game around the map.
Yeah.
So Sion wants you in lane. You want to not be in lane. And it doesn't take Pantheon long to crash a wave and go and do something. And it doesn't always have to be something that results in a kill. If you just get Cassiopeia's flash, then suddenly, Kat and Kha'Zix kill her much easier. And if you do ult on Cassio, or even if you just walk on her, if she miasmas you, she's not miasming Katarina or Kha'Zix. And same for the ult. It's you don't want to go and try and solo people. You want to play with your team, like we talked about in the pregame.
Yeah. So there should be. Oh, was it? No.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah. No, it wasn't on cooldown.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
it was up with 5-stack as well. So.
Yeah. So if he tries to Q you, like here, he's gonna Q. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, good E. I think you win this. You just double your auto Q. Oh, and Soraka as well. That helps.
Yeah, Soraka. I ping the Soraka as a thank you. Yeah. I thought as much at the time, but, you got to give your teammates props when they actually look at top lane.
Yeah. Very nice.
Oh yeah, and he's mad.
But crash this base. We'll have huge item advantage now. Or we can look to ult to this Kha'Zix as well. That's what I'd be looking at right now. Not the healthiest, but this is happening.
Right. Just the damage and the stun, if you get it off, is a lot.
Yeah, whenever you get a... It enters, like... I feel like, based on what champion you're playing, top lane enters almost like a flowcharty sort of thing in lane phase, where...
Top lane is definitely the most flowchart
like,
lane.
It's difficult mechanically to play, but, like, now it's... Alright, I've crashed the wave, I have options. My options are play with my jungler, gank mid, or recall.
Yeah.
And here, gank mid isn't a thing because she's in base. Play with my jungler is definitely a thing. And recall is also a thing. And you can weigh them up and pick which one you want to do. I think he actually just solo kills him, so now I would just recall.
Yeah.
And
I was watching the fight at that time and kind of hovering my R like, okay, yeah, it's in. Like, where would I want to put it? But
yeah, you remember we talked about tempo?
Yeah.
There's a reason I never take this plate when I'm playing something like Pantheon. Yeah, because if we watch...
Okay, yeah, because he...
What happens now? Well, Sion's actually wandering around, and he's not pushing the wave.
Okay,
but if he was
Sion,
to push the wave, I would just have pushed both waves insta, and you would have missed. But you end up not missing XP and gold, because he doesn't insta-push.
Okay.
But, like, if I'm playing Pantheon, and I get a kill... I want to be as high tempo as possible. So it's like, use every spell I've physically got on the wave, delete it, recall. Buy items, and then come back to lane.
Okay, yeah.
Don't think you're ever going to kill him.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was... Did I ping him off, or... No, I just kind of ignored it, I guess. I should ping him off, though, really, but...
yeah.
I do later on, because... You can't... Like, Sion's full health, and I've got a wave under tower.
What do you think I'm thinking about now?
Push this, and then kind of look at mid lane, and... I think Drake's up soon as well.
Yeah, Drake, exactly. Drake is, like, everything in this game. It's the reason that top lane's so bad, is that Drake is up.
Drake's a really
luckily,
strong.
You have a global ult. So your two options are you can push, walk Drake and ult back, or you can push, ult Drake and walk back. Normally, ulting back is going to make you miss less minions, but ulting there is going to give you more power in the fight. But I would be spam pinging Dragon. Like, let's see what the exact timer on it is. Because if there's 42 seconds, so there's one more wave. Because if you think of a wave as a 30-second block, so we're saying after the next 30-second block, I would be spam pinging it. I'd be spam pinging Kha'Zix and telling him, look, we're going to go and play for this Drake. Because by all metrics, your team should be stronger. You've got a 2-0 Kha'Zix, you've got a Katarina, your bot lane's winning and they're playing Twitch. You've got Pantheon who's going to come down.
Yeah.
And you wanna be getting these Drakes stacked, and you want to be getting that stall, which your team already got the first one when Viego ganked for you, so you have an early Drake stacking win condition. So this is good. I would just keep hitting the wave now. And it's okay to trade plates for Drake.
Okay, yeah.
So here I would start walking down.
Yeah, even into something like Sion or
yeah.
someone that scales well.
There's a reason that like no one plays Inting Sion in pro play and just pushes side lane. It's because if you do that, the enemy team's going to get every dragon and then get Dragon Soul and then win the game. Now, obviously, everything's more controlled in pro play, but so here I would definitely be like pinging Drake and walking down because he's got TP anyway. It's not like you're going to kill him. So like you've got a huge window here.
Yeah,
this entire time you could have been walking down. Yeah. But you can push a cannon wave and then go. It's just like you want to get something done. This entire time that nothing's happening, the enemy team have the potential to do stuff. They're getting kills in bot lane, and now you can't Drake because your bot's dead. And now they're going to get Drake, most likely, if they actually think about it. So that's like a huge window of opportunity missed. And again, since after this wave, your team's dead, you can't get Drake, there's still something you can do. You don't have to just do nothing. You can still just base on this cannon wave, and then you would come back with a Bork, and then with Ruin King, you'll start winning your lane really hard.
Yeah.
Whereas you're leaving yourself locked in lane with just components. I would just get this wave to crash, and then base and get Bork. Well, you don't even have to get... As soon as you see him Q like this, you don't have to get it to crash, because he's going to get rid of it.
Yeah, so Kha'Zix was pinging up at this time. I was thinking at the time this is really forced.
Yeah, it is, but there's nothing else he can really do.
And
oh, that's not ideal.
Yeah.
Alright, I mean, okay. So, this is good until now. Like, now you just Q him and you just both leave. And that, like, the alternative to him doing this is that he just does nothing, because they're all bot side doing Drake. And when you want to do something, like, you don't want to just give it them for free, you want to do something on the opposite side, and this is what you've done, but you can't dive this, so... And also, if you had Bork here, it would go a lot better. Okay, so... Not sure why he's dropping Herald here. It would be much better here or here, but he drops it. It's just gonna die, but you can use the pressure from it to just run. Like, you could just go mid now, you could just ult behind this Cassio. You could ping Kha'Zix to come with you. Like, every time you get this wave crash as Pants, because you've not actually ulted yet. We're 13 minutes into the game and you've not ulted anyone. So now I would be thinking, okay, like, let's go and gank her. Let's see if we can get a ult down or a flash down. Because ultless, flashless Cassio into Katarina, not going to be as strong as everything up Katarina.
So how long of a window, assuming I didn't want to trade any plates or anything, how long of a window do I have here?
35 seconds.
35 seconds.
So the way to judge it is that from the time that the minion spawns here, so like the start of the wave, until it hits this tower, should be about 30 seconds.
Okay.
And the minions are just here. So maybe you've got a bit less. Because they do travel faster now as well. They've changed that. But yeah, he's got to kill this wave, and then he's got to wait for this wave, and then he's got to kill this wave, and then his wave will be on your turret. And while that's going down, you can look to make something happen.
Okay. Oh yeah, so I was looking at this Cassio, saw that she'd recalled, and then turned around. I was counting it out in my head when I started seeing a recall. like, okay, because it takes 8 seconds to recoil and about 2 and a bit seconds for you up to land.
Yeah. Seems like you figured out the trade pattern. Yeah, that's exactly the trade pattern we were talking about. You W'd into his Q, you traded with him, you used his Q again, you eat it. And then you don't have E this time, so you back off sooner. That's really good. And you're winning the trade a lot harder now.
Yeah, just quickly, hover over my box, see how much it's done. I'm just curious at this.
Yeah, it's done 1,000 already.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid.
But it also traded a lot of early pressure.
Yeah.
For that. So would it be better to go kind of Eclipse and like just try and freeze the wave away from him, or?
If you go Eclipse, you want to be pushing it in, and you want to be using the power of that Eclipse to kill the other people. Like you,
right.
It's hard in solo queue because it's hard to tell your for your Kazakhs to understand what you want to do. So like here, what I would want to do if I'm playing competitive, right? I played a lot of like amateur leagues in fives. I would push this wave and get this on the turret, and then I would say like Kazakhs come, and we would go here. And if Viego tries to kill his camps, we would kill him. Okay. And Sion has to farm this wave or like give up the wave. But yeah, but like it's awkward because Kazakhs isn't always going to do that. So you kind of in solo queue you sort of look at what your jungler's doing and try to play around that, or make something happen yourself. But now I would be looking to do something, like. Even something as small as just going and getting a ward here is more than doing nothing.
Yeah.
You can get like a little hierarchy of things where on Pantheon I would say it's probably like gank over well it's gonna be objective, like Drake or thingy, and then gank, invade, and then vision.
Okay.
And you can sort of go through that process in your head. Yeah, so neutral objectives. So can I get a neutral objective? Can I gank somewhere? Can I invade? Tempo reset's probably worth more than vision, to be honest. I'll add that in.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know why I've got 2 of those now. Okay. So yeah, you could sort of think through those things in your head, and these are like your options as to what you can do. A nice Soraka ult again. Oh, nearly. Yeah. This is something that you see a lot in people that are playing top lane, is that they'll push waves. So this happens in mid-game as well, when people are side laning.
Yeah.
They'll push a wave, and then the wave is, like, this is pushed in now, right? And instead of looking to do something with it, they'll just hang around overextended here doing nothing, which is what you do, and that's why you get ganked. Because you like, what are you actually achieving by being here?
Basically nothing, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I might have been thinking at that time is I'm just going to hang around if he tries to like hold the wave. I'm going to Q him.
And it's exactly like if you imagine like a Fiora or something pushes the wave up to this turret, and then they just sort of like someone's farming under the turret and they just sort of sit here and then get ganked.
Yeah.
Whereas what they should be doing is pushing it in and then looking to rotate and flank or, you know, do something. But yeah, top lane, it used to be this glorious 1v1 role where it was like a battle to the death. Now it's just a dog roll. Like, you push the wave, you look to help your team. It's really sad, but they've made AD carries really strong, they've made junglers really strong, and they've made dragons really strong. So, like...
I have probably a very negative bias against AD carries.
Yeah, same.
Because they all seem to like they whine as well. That's the worst part. Like the jungler plays for them and they still like whine all the time. Yeah, and it's really tilting at the top laner when the enemy jungler's been up. I mean, how many times has Viego been up now?
3 or 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is why you struggle in tank matchups specifically.
Yeah.
Is that to beat tanks as Pantheon, you can't. It's like, you know that book where it's like, oh, we can't go around it, we can't go over it, you have to go through it. Well, you can't go through a tank. You have to go around them. And to go around them, you have to push the wave and then make the game not about them.
Okay.
So like, let's say you gank mid, right? And that starts a snowball on Katarina, or you get this Drake and at the Drake fight your Ashe gets 2 kills. Like, Sion can get as many minions as he wants. But if Ashe is 4 and 0, it doesn't matter. She's just going to kill him anyway.
Okay.
Because AD carries are broken.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to make the game not about top lane, which is counterintuitive to playing top lane, I know. But
yeah. No, it makes sense.
That's why you've probably seen a lot of champions building Hydra.
Yeah, I mean the most classic ones, yeah, Rivens and that was bad. And what's it called? Who else? Olaf as well.
Yeah,
he loves that item.
Okay, just using your ult to stop the Herald.
Yeah,
not too bad. What's the timer on your ult now? 156.
I think I might still. Oh no, it's level 11. So
the thing that I don't like about this ult is that now you don't have it for Drake spawn.
Yeah.
And Drake is like priority number 1.
Mm-hmm. I think I was also looking like, I mean, if he doesn't flash there, I W onto him and I can either force him to base, which if we have 40 seconds, I mean, it means he can't be there for the setup, or I kill him and then he definitely won't be there for the setup. But I also don't know where the mid is and the top. I think I'm not sure we've actually.
And also your wave's really awkward. So now you're gonna want to go top. You're gonna want to push this all the way, and then get to Drake, and that's gonna be a tall order now without your ult.
Yeah.
So what I would have looked to do is just push this in and then look to ult down to Drake and try and win this Drake fight.
Right.
We've got a really strong Kha'Zix. We've got really good 5v5 with Soraka, Katarina, like Ashe kiting people around.
Yeah.
Their AD carry's not even got 1 item yet, so yeah, I think I'd just look to push this in, ult Drake. And another thing that you don't really see in a replay, but when your intention is to play for a Drake, like just ping the shit out of it. Like, I wouldn't ever recommend typing in game. I never really type, but like I'll ping hundreds of times.
Yeah, so I do play with Blitz Overlay as well, so I do. It's a lot easier to like see the timers for stuff.
Okay.
But I will also like ping the shit out of my team. If like, especially if the pinging to go elsewhere, look, we've got 20 seconds. Stop doing that. Start doing this.
Yep.
Or just make them aware we've just like a double ping. Like, yeah.
It's not bad that you stopped him doing this Herald here. But yeah, now it's really awkward to play around Dragon.
Yeah,
but
this is a misplay. I didn't see Cassio here because she TP'd.
Fair, Cat can probably clean this up. Or not, she got knocked out of her. What actually knocked her there? Was it Herald?
I'm sure actually.
I don't think any of them have a...
Unless Viego ult maybe has something like that.
Oh yeah, it's Viego ult.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is all very solo queuey, as people say. The correct play would be to push this in and play for this. But yeah, you remember we were talking about Hydra?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Yeah, the reason they succeed is because they're so good at just push the wave, ignore the lane, go do something else. They can even like proxy the wave, and that gives them an even bigger window to go and do something else.
Yeah,
because top lane's gotten to a point where doing something else is really, really impactful.
Yeah.
This is awkward now, they're on it, but
yeah,
I think the best thing you could do is walk down, try and win this fight, which you did, because you can always ult back to the side lane if you need to. They get the dragon, you win the fight. It's okay overall, and now I'd probably just walk top. You could also walk bot here. No one for some like what should happen is that Ashe walks mid, Cat walks either bot or top, and you walk either bot or top, and you push all the waves, and then you have full prio everywhere, and then yeah. But that's an ideal world where everyone knows what they're doing. Solo queue is definitely not the ideal world where everyone knows what they're doing. So you just pick one and stick to it. And also, if you make a decision, generally, unless it's really quick, just stick to that decision, because a lot of people will flip-flop around and try and do 3 things at once.
Yeah, I think that I do hesitate a bit sometimes as well. Another thing as well is, I do though try and consider, right, my teammates are doing something, I'm just going to have to back them up at this point.
Yep.
And because either it's like maybe I think it's like, well, even if I join, it's like a 30% play. If it doesn't work out, then it's a 0% play, or if I don't join them, and also they get tilted and want to quit.
All right,
but
let's look into what do you do wrong this fight?
I fight him.
I think fighting them's not too bad.
Right. But probably E too early.
Yeah. You want to E his Q. Because I think if you just save, like, what you can do here is, you see how when you're just autoing him and queuing him, the trade's pretty good. Like, you're already low, and you just auto, Q, auto. And then now you could W. If you held your W, now you could W. And then when he tries to do it again, so like the next one, you could E this one.
Yeah.
And then the one after that, you could W again. And then you just never let him Q you. This is why camps like Riven are so annoying for Sion, because he'll try to Q her and she'll W her, and then he'll try to Q her and she'll third Q
and then
E.
And then finally gets one off and she just eats out the way of it.
Yeah, and you can do that as Pantheon. You can like cycle W into E into W, and then you'll probably get one, but then you'll get W again, and then E and then W.
So one thing I noticed in this game, Katarina went AD Katarina, or what I think is AD Cat, because I'm not really sure how her damage works out. Yeah. Would that have been the right call into this team?
But that's not.
That's secondary, yeah.
Yeah, that's not something you can change. The best way to improve is to just focus on the things that you can change.
Right.
So, like, it's really easy to blame teammates. I do it a lot.
Oh yeah.
Everyone does it a lot. Like it's human. It's what we do. We look for ways to move the blame from ourselves to someone else, and that helps you get over a loss in the short term. And I think that's fine after a game. But then when you get into the VOD reviews, you want to start looking at what you could have actually done.
Yeah. Like, I mean, in my head, after this game, I was thinking this game was winnable for a very long time. If I played better, I definitely could have won. But
I think the important thing is that there were 2 really big windows where you could have made different decisions to play around Drake, and if you did, you would be on Soul Point right now in all likeliness. And that's kind of the biggest thing.
Right.
Because the biggest reason that top is so like ignored a lot of the time is that it's so far away from Drake, which is the big thing. Ever since 2020, they made Dragon Soul a thing. Drake is just really important.
I mean, they also buffed the individual dragons,
they did
6 months ago now, but
yep,
they're still really strong.
So if you can put yourself in a position where it's easier for you to get to the Drake than the enemy top, then that's always going to be good for you.
Yeah. I mean, I usually go Ignite with Pantheon because it just synergizes really well in terms of with getting early kills.
Yeah, I think Ignite's fine on that because you have the global.
Right.
So what's ult cooldown now? So your ult's just coming up for the next dragon, which is quite nice. So I'd probably look to keep that for the dragon. Keep that ult available. And you are quite weak now. You're down a lot of CS. Some of that's from making mistakes and dying. Some of it's from just missing it early. And then it's also this like like the term snowball. It starts small and it gets bigger. Well, as well as lead snowballing, so did deficits. So you missed 15 CS in the first 4 waves. If you had those 15 CS, that would give you on its own just an extra longsword, and that extra longsword might make you like win something that you would have lost otherwise, and then that would give you an extra longsword, and then so on and so forth. Yeah, I'm not going to talk too much about like CSing better. It's just something to bear in mind, something to practice. It's not really something I can teach. Let's try and get through this now. Okay.
Yeah.
At this point in the game, you want to be keeping an eye on where everyone is. At this point in the game, it becomes like almost like a game of chess with 5 pieces on each side of the board. And in chess, just like you don't want to move a piece too far and get it taken for free, you also don't here. So if you walked up now, you could die because you don't know where anyone is. But if we get to here, now you see that everyone's mid. So now you could push this and get this wave on this tower, and then at least you've done something. Because you don't have ult, you can't ult in.
What I think I was looking at this time was the Sion. He's on our top turret. Like I pinged it to my team that I was on my way there.
Okay.
Yeah, they also fight mid for reasons.
And yeah, like you said in the pre-game stuff, playing Pantheon from behind isn't very fun. But playing from ahead, you like every time you push and roam and get something done and get more ahead, like you can do it more and more and more often. And yeah, for the enemy team, it's gonna feel like you're everywhere, and that's what you want.
I was a bit low on that, but I was also expecting him to charge the Q more, I guess.
Yeah, the E timing was fine, because if he did knock you up, you would be in E. So now you've got Dragon coming up. So rather than basing here, I would imagine you're trying to base to get item.
Yeah,
but
get item and then run straight
this
Dragon.
Wave first, just so that the wave's not on your turret. Because if you base and go Dragon, and Sion stays, he's gonna get your inhib. Whereas you're just going to get the second Dragon. If you take this wave and then base, get Cleaver, go Dragon, then he doesn't have this wave to hit your inhib with.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
So like the process sort of goes wave position into objective. Because now you're running top rather than to Dragon. Whereas if you're running top to get the wave that I wanted you to get before you based. So you've gone from where you were and then based and just gone back to where you were again. And you didn't actually get the cleaver either.
Yeah, I think it was a bit shy. Maybe I probably could have bought it if I was on longsword.
Not quite.
Okay.
Not quite there yet. But yeah. Still, from now, the best thing you can do is still push this wave and try and get to this dragon. I would just leave it here. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, like I'm pinging my R to tell my team that I've got it.
Yep. I would be walking here. Right
but then,
Although
and then
looks like we're
I
going
say,
in. Yeah, going in's fine too.
Yeah.
You just want to either take the 5v4 or go for Sion.
So yeah, I think I went for the Sion.
You ulted on the Sion. Okay. I think you should either walk to the Sion or ult into the fight.
Okay, right. I think this fight is very messy, and if I'd been there, we win this fight.
Yeah, if you and Kha'Zix were in the fight, I think
I'm not sure why Kha'Zix, and I did say this in chat, like why he went there.
Yeah.
Because then that just gives them free reign. Like he can't steal it at that point.
Yeah, we want to make these dragons #1 priority in your mindset. Because now they're on soul point, but we could have had soul at this point.
Yeah.
Like every dragon was very gettable. In fact, like the setup for the first two, I would say were like massively favoured for you actually. This one could have gone either way, but I think if you ulted in, you probably would have got it.
Yeah.
And then with Soul, there's not a lot of games where people get Soul and lose.
Yeah.
I think like, most Souls have like 90% win rates.
Yeah, even the worst Soul is like 90%, I think. And it is Chemtech, I think, currently maybe has the worst
I think
rate.
it's the worst one, yeah.
Right. Maybe this is an unpopular, or wrong, or an unpopular opinion, or whatever, but Cloud Soul, at least for me, is my favourite, because, and I think it is underrated in terms of like the movement speed.
Cloud Soul's really
just
good.
walking around the map.
I don't think it's the best, but I don't think it's like as bad as people think. I think the best is probably just Mountain.
Oh yeah, especially if you're a tank.
Yeah.
It's my favourite to play with, at least.
Okay. Shut down goes on to Kha'Zix, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
He's really fed now. The problem is that you have 3 people bot, so if I was the enemy team now, I'd be looking to start Baron, but they're in base, so they can't do that anyway.
So how do we deal with this Sion that does require 3 people, or more, eventually, to deal with? Like, he can just push the side lanes and...
Yeah, it's awkward now. Ideally, you get to Eclipse, because I think once you have Bulk Cleaver Eclipse, you just shred through him anyway. Even now,
with Hullbreak, I mean...
Even now, I think you can kind of just kill the wave in his face. You need 3 people to kill him, but you don't need 3 people to stop him.
Okay, right.
You don't need to kill him every time, but that's really good for you. Now you get Baron, and now I think you're probably winning again. Really good that you go to zone Viego, because Pantheon doesn't offer a ton of Baron damage.
No.
Zoning Viego is a much better idea there. And then now we've got Drake in 50 seconds. Now, what's nice for your team is that top wave is already pushed, so you can go and answer this bot wave, and then set up on Dragon, and hopefully get this one.
Like, if there was like a graph of win probability, it should be pretty high for us right now.
Yeah, it went down pretty low, and then now it's gone back up higher again. So get that dragon. What do you think the best thing, like let's say this is a pro game, right? And you're the coach. What are you going to tell your team to do here?
I think I'd want at least one person to push bot wave.
Yep.
Probably Katarina, and then Ashe, and maybe Kha'Zix come here. Kha'Zix could steal the enemy jungle, or...
No, that's exactly right. You have Baron, so you want to play through multiple lanes. So you want to push this in, and you want to push this in. I mean, it's fine for Kha'Zix to do it, but what you want is you want to hit this turret now, and then because this lane's longer, this wave's going to get there later.
Yeah.
So now, you should... Now, like, this is where people lack the understanding. You want to start spam pinging these guys on this turret. You're saying like rotate, because you want to rotate and you want to all take this turret together. Because what ends up happening a lot, maybe you can get this before they spawn. You can check the spawn timers.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the problem. You might just get engaged on if you stay. If you can.
I mean, a very common throw.
Okay, you've got it.
Pretty much all these. Yeah. A very common throw in all elos is like you take inhib and then you try and go for the end.
Yeah.
And then you just get wiped afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Or rather than going for another tower or just taking a recall.
But that ends
again,
really well.
It should be,
it's pretty like clutch with the Sion ulting in, and you sort of part like the Red Sea, and it doesn't hit anyone. But yeah, you can get engaged on if you stay mid there, and if you all die, it ends terribly.
Yeah. I mean, I was looking at my items versus Sion's at this point. I was thinking, how does he have 4 items? Like, but obviously it's because he has 100 more CS than me, but
yeah,
it's still very like annoying to deal with. If that makes sense.
Yep. Definitely annoying to deal with, but you can deal with it. Ashe is just all the way down a side lane for no reason.
Ashe. So ADC shouldn't, like, with like a few exceptions, ADC shouldn't really ever side lane, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. There's like you said, there's a few exceptions, but in general, you just plonk your ADC mid and call it a day.
So that's bad.
That's not a great deal you could have done about that. They just
Yeah.
died for no reason. Like, it happens. Yeah, you can see that you're actually doing a lot of damage to this guy.
Yeah.
I think
But I mean,
it clips with the shielding every 4 seconds or whatever it is. Probably, I think it's 6.
Yeah.
But yeah,
6, I think.
Probably
But
beat
is it
him.
reduced for? Is it reduced for ability haste?
I think it's just item haste.
Is it item haste, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 6-second cooldown.
Okay.
And now your odds of winning are extremely low.
Yeah.
Everyone on your team just randomly died for no reason, and now it's probably just doomed. I don't think you can get out of your base with 2 inhibs down. They're just going to do Nash and then end.
Yeah, it's pretty much a sharp snowball down here. I think looking at in the future, we don't really do much because they're stuck in base. They get a kill on someone. Oh, I think it was on me trying to get, I don't know, on someone. They get Nash and
yeah, you're just stuck in your base defending super minions, and now they're going to end. So
yeah.
the stuff that happens down here, where your entire team dies for no reason, you can't change that.
Prevent that. Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. But what you can do is you can like get the game in a position where that never happens in the first place. Because all the stuff we were talking about tempo, about shoving the wave and doing stuff, playing around the dragons. If you get that early soul, then your odds of winning just like this. You're never in this position where people are trying to make desperate play. Like you just feel like you're winning the whole time. So I think that's the big thing that I'd like you to focus on.
Yeah.
So if you want to go in a game now and share screen with me, then we'll look at constantly playing around that sort of high tempo, looking to do stuff gameplay.
Stream League of Legends.
Thank you.
This doesn't usually happen because I almost never get filled, but I have mid as my secondary. But
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you put mid, you generally get your main role. But I think when you put top lane, you just get top lane anyway. No one wants it these days.
Yeah. I think I used to also go top lane jungle as well, and we'll get filled a bit more. But that's when what's called was really what is it? Ghostblade was much stronger.
Oh yeah.
It's still decent, but only if you're already like super fed at that point, or if you're playing jungle.
I think if you're super fed, you can go the new Duskblade now as well, with the % ability damage increase. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, the only thing is, I don't think it procs on anything but my Q, which already deals like a ton of damage. Like, because the W autos, like W only does like, it scales with AP, and then the E, you're not really looking for the damage on that. Like, I think it's the safety of the item, I think is good, but I just like struggle to justify it in terms of like numbers sometimes.
Okay, I have a completely unrelated question.
Yeah.
What is that little icon between your shop and your currency? Because I don't have that.
Wait, shop on my currency. Oh, this one here. Yeah, so because I have Xbox Game Pass, I have like I think it's a 20% XP boost.
Oh, I see.
And also all the champions unlocked, like you'll see. Right.
Do you ever yeah. I'd swap with jungle here.
Yeah. So. Yeah, mid laner probably won't. And Malphite is my permaban. So I can play Mordekaiser, which I know is the what's called the counter pick to Malphite, but I just hate the champion so much. It's not fun.
Yeah, fair enough. I think you'd be okay with Malphite if you were playing more proactively around the map, because he's kind of like Sion, but he has even less push than Sion. So you can kind of just shove him in and go like leave him.
What does happen a lot is I feel like I can do all right early, like maybe kill him. Okay. I may as well swap with him.
Yeah, since Tryndamere's already been picked.
Yeah, unless that's Tryndamere or ADC. Or something like that.
Probably wouldn't ban Kale if it was.
Yeah. Cool. So the main thing, at least in my experience with Tryndamere, because I'm doing my runes separately, because I just do it all through Blitz. I think here, this will show it. This is kind of what I'm looking at.
Yep.
Just the
I think
resolve, just for a bit more survivability. But
I'd potentially take bone plating for a stronger lane.
yeah.
Condition.
I mean,
is
it would be
really
very
greedy.
difficult for him to proc it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Unless, wait, is that Volibear?
It could be trend mid.
Hmm.
We don't really know.
That makes it more difficult.
I think
I
we're
think
fine.
just looking at
either
the
way.
team, I'm probably gonna stick with most of this because
Mhm.
I'm definitely gonna keep this nasty for Tarek and Tryndamere. It's like the slow on that and the Volibear Q. Yeah, let's see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's Tryndamere.
Yeah, I think the main thing is I can't leash my jungler. Sometimes they start top, but usually they don't. But if they do, I can't. To surrender control of the wave against Tryndamere, it's like
Yeah, you don't
rank.
want to do that.
Yeah.
You got presence of mind, so I think longsword 3.
Oh yeah.
Longsword 3,
shows
longsword refill.
One sec. Is this? Yeah. There we go. So it gives me this build here, but I don't always follow it. At least not directly. But to be fair, this is kind of what I would go anyway. I think for the most part. This is after these two, it gets a bit more variable. I think for the most part, but it depends. Like it depends who gets strong. Really, I think after 2 items.
Yeah, this is quite a volatile matchup because if you do get ahead of him, you can kind of just burst him out so he has no ability to walk up to the wave, and then you can just do whatever you want in the game. You can run around everywhere. But if you fall behind, then you're going to find it really difficult to push and roam. So, what's the enemy mid? Is it Volibear mid?
It is. Unless they swap, it's Volibear mid.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, what are you thinking about your trading pattern in this lane? What's your plan?
So I think for the most part, I want to just trade with Qs and then kite back if he tries to all in me.
Yep. So you just hold your W until he spit. Like you just poke him, and if he spins on you, then you can W. That's good. You get that nice little auto in there. Presence of mind, putting in work, just keeping your mana back up. It's good that you get the auto in before your Q there.
Oh my god, the crit. Okay, nice.
So he's used his E now, so now I'd look to W in on him.
Oh,
that's a minion.
And I also didn't.
Should be a kill. Okay, Flash Ghost, that's fine. You can just push the wave. Oh,
my bad. Yeah.
I don't mind that. It's like a confident play, but the consistent play would just be trade 1 summoner spell for 2, push the wave, and get a really good tempo reset on him.
Will this crash in time, do you think?
Yeah, just.
Okay, nice. The cannon goes at least, so.
That it should shoot one of those casters as well.
Right.
I didn't quite. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
don't think you being there would have helped him. The Viego was still
No.
full HP. Yeah, the position we could be in now is that we have flash up and he has nothing up.
I'm still a lot stronger. Right.
Yeah, Viego just passed through mid, so we know we're fine. So I wouldn't ward here. It's
Right.
a waste of a ward because he's just done his top side and killed a Mumu,
Right.
and we saw him walk bot. So like, there's no way he's gonna be here.
I feel like I'm just gonna let him push and try and farm with Qs because he's got full Fury up. And
that's fine.
And it's a bigger wave.
Once the wave gets near your turret, you can start queuing him. And then if he uses his Q, you can go in on him. Nice. Really good trade. And now you can queue him. There you want to like space on the edge of his range and queue him again at the end there. You can always get that extra queue in after. Yeah, trade pattern looks good. You just wait for him to E in on you, and then if he does, nice.
I wasn't sure if that would go through or not, but...
Yeah, a lot of top lane matchups are like this. It's understanding what the trade pattern is, and then you just keep doing it. So now, I would probably base, get items, and then look to see if you can go somewhere before going back to lane.
Okay. So I'm looking here, right, and bot lane, so they're going to
Yeah, so I would just I would run through topside jungle, like towards top lane, but through the jungle, because then if mid becomes an opportunity, you can go there. But if not, you just go top.
That is how I especially on this side. This is how like I just path through there a lot.
Yeah,
but
it just leaves your options open.
Volibear, I mean, should I ult here?
Yeah, I think I would.
Okay. That's unlucky.
You might still get him. Goodie. Nice. And then crash this wave for him as well.
Yeah.
And already, like, you've expanded your lead from top into the rest of the game. So Tryndamere might get a plate here, but you've moved your advantage somewhere else, which is much better in top lane.
Right. Yeah, so he gets one plate. But I mean, even just the gold I got is
massively worth.
Oh, and he takes the touch shot for me.
And now you can just go back to your trade pattern. Eat in there, so you could W.
Yeah.
Alright though. Don't need to. Oh, no W as well.
Why
he didn't press R?
Does he have his R unbound? So I feel like this actually happens a lot on Tryndamere lanes.
Yeah, I think people don't understand the you crit mechanic on Pantheon, so they don't expect it to one-shot them. Yeah, you could maybe get that guy if he overstays.
Yeah.
He's gonna see you because you walked over a skull.
Ah, yeah.
But like,
if he goes for a greedy recall here.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, I'll take a tower shot.
I wouldn't. But now you're making the wave push. Like, it was coming to Talon.
Right. Okay, that's fine.
But you're kind of making it push away from him now.
Yeah, now I'm in a pretty bad spot.
But yeah, even though it felt like your roam didn't do anything, you stopped Volibear getting a plate.
Yeah, good point.
So it feels like nothing happened, but it actually did.
Right. Should I go WRE here?
I think, is it Emax second on Pantheon?
It really depends.
I don't really know.
I think what I try and remember is W for winning, E for equal.
Okay, we'll do W for winning then.
Yeah.
We want to win.
Yeah, just because a lot of the time, like, your W is kind of your go button,
Mm-hmm.
and for the most part, you can't even get like
Your Eclipse
So-
right now should be what 850 plus 750, which is
Yeah.
1600. So you can probably push this wave and go buy Eclipse.
Yeah.
You're like, if you have a big power spike you can get, you want to find
Alright.
a window to go and get it, because it'll just having this gold in your pocket is not doing anything for you.
Should I still try and like push it? Yeah, he's probably just gonna play. I'm 2 levels up on him. He should just let me shove this in, right? Oh
Yep.
my god, look at the damage on that Q, man.
It's going to be even bigger with Eclipse.
Cool. So, worst case, I can ult back to lane here, right?
Yeah.
But
I don't think you need to. I think you can walk back to lane, fight him, and then look to expand your lead again.
cool. Oh, he's going AD, so armor boots is so valuable here.
Really good that you're pressing tab and checking.
Is he? So I'm thinking. I'm just gonna check this. There's no way he's soloing this, right?
He could be. He is missing.
Okay, no. I have no idea what he's doing then.
I guess he just based. I don't know.
At just a weird time.
Yeah.
So shove this in roam. Or maybe he's thinking I was like waiting in a bush for him or something.
Yeah.
Wait, what if his hit me then? Oh, he's never mind.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You could ping Herald here. Like that's an
wait.
objective. You can get Prio and play for Herald with a Mumu because your jungler's top side. So if he's bot side, you can't really do it. But if your jungler's top, you can.
Okay.
Good flash. I think that's optimistic from Volibear. Nice.
Oh my god. How many people are up here, man?
That's really good though. Like, I know it feels
Yeah.
frustrating to have people top, but that means they're not somewhere else and they're not killing you either. So you're just winning everywhere. But yeah, here I would go and push the wave and then help Amumu with Herald. But I don't know whether you can feel how it feels like you're doing a lot by pushing these waves and then just looking to do something over and over again.
Yeah.
And then also like having the gold in your items because you did that tempo reset rather than having it in your back pocket.
Yeah.
It just makes you so much stronger.
Right.
Try and get the last hit on this if you can. Oh, he spited it.
He's fine.
Cheeky bastard.
Yeah, you can do that a lot with Pantheon.
Yeah.
Because even your jungler doesn't expect it. Being greedy, I mean,
I think you can just go Tabby's longsword, yeah. That's
Yeah.
good.
so his ult shouldn't be up, right? But I mean, how much gold is he even worth? And he's not even staying.
Good that you're looking there. Yeah, I think you can get this.
Oh, right onto it.
Huge. And that's yet
Should
more
I help him push
influence.
this?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
You just go top.
Oh.
Oh, okay, now you do. I wasn't expecting Tryndamere to just randomly be there.
Oh.
Oh, you're so much stronger than this guy. Nice.
Yeah.
Good combo. And now that wave's already pushed, so I'd go and push top wave now.
Okay.
Because their team's going to miss all those minions.
Oh, nice.
And because
Oh,
Tryndamere's
nice.
dead, you can make their team miss all these minions as well.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're having so much impact on this game.
Yeah, this game is a fluke. But yeah, definitely, I've been looking mid a lot more than I usually would, I think.
Yeah, it looks
I
really
didn't,
good.
to be honest, I didn't expect that matchup to be so volatile on the mid lane. I feel like I'm just gonna
Yeah,
recall.
I can't say I'm an expert on the Volibear mid.
Yeah, it's an interesting pick. I feel like a normal Volibear would just like basically just be trading farm with Talon, to be honest, though. Like if I don't know, he seems very aggressive.
Or drink a Volibear mid tech. Alright, we've got Dragon coming up now. Remember, that's the big thing that we want to think about, but you don't have ult, so
Yeah.
try and see if we can wait until you do.
I mean, Amumu's topside anyway.
Yeah.
But they also might not start it just out of fear. He could just EOA, yeah.
Okay, they got that one. That's fine. We'll try and get the next one.
Nice. Right. Oh. Okay. No. Okay, that's crash.
You should be able to pick this guy up. Oh, just out of range.
Okay, so we're trading mid for top here,
yeah,
right?
I'd probably ult back top here.
Yeah.
Oh, you can walk. He's oh, maybe you do need to ult. He has got a wave.
Yeah. It maybe I ignited him. I kill him there.
He got
But I mean, he still has ult.
Yeah, he's still got his ult. He got his ghost. Got mid turret.
Yeah, it goes. That is a problem. Huh. Didn't expect that, to be honest. I'm not sure why he was. Yeah.
So, what's the cooldown of your ult? Are you going to be able to get one and then have it up for Dragon if you use it on cooldown?
So 132, so that's like 2.5 minutes, or just over 2 minutes. Probably not, to be honest. No, definitely not.
Yeah, you might be able to.
It's just going to be shy
right on cooldown, and then because the dragon might not happen exactly as it spawns.
Right. So should I go mid to help?
You want to go and catch this wave, and then it's always gonna, well, for the most part, it's gonna be like wave, then something, and then wave, and then something. And that's how you roam while not falling massively behind in CS as well. I'd probably do one more wave, maybe.
Okay.
Because then your ult's gonna be up. Although, yeah, you find this guy here. Just too bad. Oh, volley.
Okay, he dies there. Man, this guy's perma-blaming our jungler.
Yeah, you need to go back top here, and then you can look to.
Should I ult or?
No, because then it'll be down for dragon.
Cool.
This is kind of the problem when you're playing to roam and your team are dying anyway. It starts getting a bit rough. But you're setting them up for success. If they don't succeed when you set them up for success, that's one of the things that you can't change.
Right. One more wave.
Yeah, it's 2 waves until dragon, so you could push this one, get cleaver and then walk down and then maybe ult back up, or you could push 2 and then get cleaver and then ult down.
Yeah, I feel like I want to take the tower
Yeah,
and then ult
you
the
could,
dragon.
you could push 2 while taking tower. That's fine.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, you definitely want to base here as soon as possible. Get that cleaver, start heading down to dragon. You're basing in vision, which might come back to bite you in the butt. No, it doesn't.
Right.
Probably Shojin, yeah. But
yeah.
you need to start going. You don't want to be thinking too long about shopping when there's stuff going on. Get in on that action. Huge. Now your team's going to get this dragon, and you might kill the Kai'Sa. Is that shut down as well?
Yeah.
Nice! And now I would run straight back to top, because the only play they've got is for Tryndamere to start pushing in response.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you arrived at the dragon exactly on time, you got a huge shutdown on the bed member, and your team gets dragon. That's exactly what we want to do. We want to do that next time as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Full AP Kai'Sa. Right, so when building in Shojin, it's BF sword or the
Yeah, you want to, if you can get BF sword, you want to get it because it's awkward to buy. So if you ever have the gold, because if you buy a Coalfields now, you might get like awkward bases at like 700 gold, or whereas if you get BF sword now and you get a 700 gold base, then you can get 2 longswords later.
Oh, nice. There's, yeah, Tryndamere's here.
Yeah, your wave's pushed, so you can move to a Mumu. Oh, he's very dead. I think he's dead anyway.
Ignite.
Yep.
Oh, but he flashes too.
Nice. Oh, unlucky. Oh, he's dead anyway.
Okay.
It's really big. You can get top tower now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, why is there 5 people in their top side? What's going on? Okay, just wait for the Taracle here. Nice. Okay, Kai'Sa cleanse. Oh, you kill her anyway. Oh, you're so strong.
Yeah, this is why I play Pantheon right here. This game.
Yeah, I didn't actually know you. I didn't actually think you'd kill her there, but you know the damage better than me. I don't play this chump.
To be fair, I take this wave base.
Good thought process. Probably just swap the pot for a ruby.
Yeah. I think what a pot does. How much does a pot heal? 100 health, and that's 150. So. Right.
Very disrespectful from this guy to try and fight you. Does he not? Maybe he's not pressing tab. I don't know. Oh my god. 600 damage non-crit spear. Holy shit.
Should I go for the city? Nah, he has it. Oh, he has it or he doesn't. He doesn't. I'll just walk.
I think ulting there would be okay. And
yeah.
The reason for that is that you want your ult for dragon, right? So if you're gonna use one before dragon, it would have been there. You know, because of like how long the cooldown is to get it back up in 2 minutes.
I do have to base.
Yeah. Can you get Shojin? I don't build Shojin much. I don't know. Oh, you can. Nice.
Yeah. It's got to be fair, once you get the BS sword, like, the combined cost is really low, like, it's literally 200 gold.
Mm-hmm.
So the BS sword is just the hardest part to get. They're probably going to get Baron here, to be honest. I should have picked up Blue Ward. Unless...
Oh, they're not on it. Oh, that's a really good ult. Yeah.
I don't miss.
I actually hit the Kaiser. Oh! I think you're going to get Baron here. Start spam pinging it.
Come on, Moo, I need you to tank.
And what are you going to do now? Yep, good. Yeah, that's exactly right. Your camera showed the correct intention.
Yeah.
I think Edge
Nah,
is
just...
good.
Yeah.
You can go Edge.
But, like, this guy's just gonna, refuse to fight.
Actually, Edge might not be good because Tryndamere W will just eat it and it will do nothing. Maybe some other lethality item. And when you're this fed, you can go Axiom Arc.
It does feel like a trap item a lot of the time.
I think you really need to be fed for it.
Yeah.
Nice flash. You
Yeah.
got your E in the correct position. That's going to get you the third Drake.
Yeah.
And then just go and respond to Tryndamere. You see how by pushing the waves in, while you're doing the objective, or like while you're elsewhere, Tryndamere is never on your inhib. He's like still getting the wave to the inhib. This is why you want to push the wave and then go.
One thing I like about Shojin as well is it's underrated. I mean, one, it gives a ton of ability haste, but it's that second passive there, like low health move speed. It makes you so slippery, especially running powered E. Just because usually you can survive on just like a tiny bit of health with it, and then you just get to run away. So I just want to buff up this wave really, but
yeah, and you can look to ult across the map if your team need you.
If they like push up here, okay, now they're running back mid.
I think you gave Tryndamere too much freedom there. Like you could have.
Right.
Sometimes,
I mean,
when you're ahead with Baron, you can play on 3 lanes as well as 2.
Like 1-3-1.
Yeah. Nice. He's dead before it goes off.
I'm gonna recall for Tryndamere here. Oh, never mind.
Good. I like that you I don't know whether you were consciously doing it, but you just ignored the Volibear and zoned Kaiser out. Really good.
Okay. Yeah. No, checking. I can't exactly kill her. Yeah. I usually do try and like ping pretty.
Ping bot lane tower now. Maybe they will rotate. Yeah, MF's going. Nice. You'll get yourself an extra tower out of that.
Cool. Yeah, this is. I mean, I'm definitely playing well this game, but you're helping a lot.
But you see how the thought process is like converting one thing into another thing, into another thing, into another thing. It's like I'm going to push this wave, and then that's going to let me go mid and kill this guy, and that's going to let me get this item spike, and then I'm going to come back and beat him in lane, and then I'm going to push. That's going to let me push this wave, and that's going to let me move to dragon, and then it just.
I'm mid here, but yeah. Like I could stay, but I'm worth a full 1k gold.
Yeah, and you have 2,000 to spend as well.
Yeah.
Actually, Serpent's Fang is good, right? They have Volibear, they have Kai'Sa, they have Taric.
That's actually. It's a very rarely built item, but
yeah.
So this is greedy here.
I think you can build whatever you want really in this position. You're so far ahead. So what's your ult CD?
90 seconds.
Okay, so you've got 30. Well, you've got 20 seconds to use it if you want to use
Yeah.
it before Drake. That's a really good thought process to have. Is like, can I use this before Drake? If I can, when? There's no way he's gonna win that. I don't know what he's doing.
I was assuming he was like, okay, I can chunk him out at least. You know, maybe my ult will. No, okay. He's just tilted, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know who he's gonna blame this game though, because you did get ganked. Just top count.
Oh.
Yeah, this is what top cap looks like nowadays. Like, it used to be that you would just kill your enemy laner 200 times. Nowadays, it's you push the wave and you just win the rest of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, so their entire team was there. I just did not like that.
That's fine. It's dragon you want to play around anyway. You don't need to make any risky plays before this dragon. It's your favourite soul coming up.
It's just really fun, especially because one of the whilst Pantheon's range is huge, like it's 600, I think, which is like Caitlyn auto range.
Running around at 452 move speed without it.
Yeah.
You're gonna be so fast.
It's just really fun because you can push your lead so much. Yeah, just. Wow, am I a joke to you? Could we end here?
Probably. There's 3 dead.
You know what? Here.
Maybe even flash on the Kai'Sa. Or just not flash because she doesn't respect you.
I'm just gonna flash away. Oh, Kai'Sa damage, man.
Kai'Sa's gonna be full HP.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. Okay, nice. Not sure we do that.
Alright, well, I mean, there's not too much to say. Like, you completely popped off.
That is a complete fluke.
I don't think so. I think,
yeah.
Like, even in the Sion game, like, it seemed like as that Sion game went on, even though it was a VOD review, so you couldn't change what you're doing based on what I was saying, but you did. Like, you realised how to change your trade pattern. And if you've got, like, your mechanics seem really good. A lot of the time I've seen you have really good movement. Like, when you've got the right trade pattern in mind, like I told you the trade pattern that you want to use on the Trund, and you execute it every single time, and you just destroy him in every trade.
That's so just illegal.
It seems like it's really easy to coach people who have good mechanics because you just tell them the mindset to have, and then like this, you just go and you just do it.
Yeah.
And if you keep, like, obviously you're not going to have me in your ear every single game, but if you just like think back to this, or the VOD will be on YouTube if you want to watch, and just think about like trying to integrate these thought processes into your own brain. Because if you think about the game this way, and think about like how to expand this lead, then you can consistently play like this, and you'll just smash everyone. But I think if you keep these things in mind and play like, play Pantheon mechanically like you are doing, you'll definitely climb out of gold.
Yeah. I do feel like prior to this, I mean, I'll quickly get it up. I have been on a bit of a long loss streak, kind of. By the way, no honors, illegal.
I mean,
just
the woes of top lane.
Yeah.
Complete 1v9, no honors.
Like this game here, like, I don't know, just felt like these here also really bad. But yeah, I it's like an upward trajectory, but it's just so slow.
Top lane is very slow. Like, it takes more games than any other role. It's a grind, but consistency is key, and focusing on what you can change, and like having that mindset of expanding your lead around the map. Like, that game was a perfect showcase of how top lane can carry. It's just not I think people are just stuck in the mindset from seasons ago where you would just stay top and just obliterate one guy, and that would let you win the game. It's just not that role anymore, which is sad because I love that role.
But... Yeah, I mean, I only started playing League about a year and 3 months ago.
Well, I mean, you're doing really well then.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, as bronze at the start of this season, so. But
I'm surprised that you're so good mechanically. What other games do you play?
This is so I did play Dota, but I only had like 20 hours in it, and then I started playing League.
Oh, wow.
But I just play a lot of Pantheon. Like my mechanics on the other champions, like not good.
No, I mean, that's good though. That's that's the best way to learn, is just pick something and get good at it.
Yeah. Should I queue it for another role?
I'm gonna have to go, unfortunately.
Yeah. No.
I said that I'd be free at 6:30, so.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned something from it, and
yeah, they're definitely really good. It's the mindset, really. I think I need to get down a bit, because like when I was in bronze, because I played a lot of normal games as well before, like, you know, because you have that like ranked anxiety, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this counts for more. You got to be in the right headspace.
Mm-hmm.
So I've played a lot of normal games. So my kind of where I should have been was quite different, but a lot of the time I just won just by mechanics, right? And it definitely feels like it's getting to the point where I can't win by mechanics. I've got to really, like, macro is my weaker point. But I think keeping the ult cooldown in mind, you know, just doing the maths on, right, you know, probably my biggest takeaway will be that, right, I have to use this ult in the next 20 seconds or I don't have it for Dragon.
Yeah,
I think that applies to a lot of champs as well.
Yeah.
To be honest. Like Karthus, for example, as well, could be.
That's a great example, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Well, good luck. I hope your climb goes well.
Yeah, me too. You said this was going to be on YouTube, right?
Yeah. Do you want a link?
I was going to say, do you have a link to the channel? It might just be the same name, but...
I think... Yeah, I have a custom URL, so I can just do this.
Nice.
And then I'll get this uploaded rather, by the end of the day.
Alright, excellent. Thanks again. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you for coming to the session. Sorry that it took so long to get you in. I've just been really busy. I'm doing this, I'm doing casting, I'm doing streaming as well. Yeah. So, and then real life stuff too.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Alright. I'll see you later, mate.
Thanks again.
Good luck.
See you. Bye.
Bye.